walking around like you ain't got the sound in your ear. That's weird. Yo, it's so weird to contemplate the understanding of your imagination when you around the bends and sensations and regulation. Yo, you want to understand how to find the end to your problems when problems send, yo, like a goblin. Yo, your problem in the goblin and the trip and tip, get a hop. Yo. The ones and the twos and the threes and the fours and the wars and the doors and the cores and the walls. The one and the two and the three and the four. And the one and the two and the three and the four. And I don't even what to do. Yo. And I walk around like I ain't got a sound. Like a sound, like a, you want to hear the sound to get down. Yo, you got to get up to the, it's up to the disrupt, yo. You gotta get around to the sound. Yeah, it's around. Yo. My gift of the day, if you're watching this video, right, and you take drugs or anything, drugs mess with your nervous system, right? So just, you look up what foods, because your nervous system heals itself. So, but if certain foods, certain superfoods, your nervous system will heal itself about better, and it'll help like calm you, and like you won't get like like your nervous system goes out throughout your whole body, right? So you just look up superfoods that are good for the central nervous system, for your nervous system, basically, your brain, your spine, all your nerves, because your nervous system heals itself. But if you add these superfoods, it'll heal itself. It'll be stronger. It won't like wear. I mean. Everything you do, your nervous system, everything you do. Every time you lift your foot up, your nervous system's working. Your nerves. Even if you don't, I mean, if you have a stressful life where, a lot of the foods I eat already, that they have a lot of benefits actually. It's the same old spiel. Same old spiel. Green tea, almonds, amino acids, fish oil, olive oil, extra virgin. I eat all that stuff though. Anyway, maybe you shouldn't tell people what you eat. You know what I'm saying, Yeah, I see what you're saying. How I'm playing. Like I'm talking like I to different people in my head. Yo, how many people when you were a little kid, how many people remember when you was little, when you was like young, that they said you only use 1/10 of your brain? Remember that from school? They said humans only use 1/10 of their brain. So you know what I said? Does that mean I'm 9 other people as well? Who's using the other 90%, So what am I, 10 people? If you're using 10% of your brain, who's using the other 90%? 9 other people? Like I got like 9 different personalities. And I don't even know, like I can't, like, I lay down, I go to sleep, and then somebody wakes up and takes my body and starts walking around. And then as long as they put me back in the bed, I'll wake up and I don't even remember. I was joking though, man. Yeah, right. Is that even possible? Like, I don't know. There's been like movies about that stuff, but it's all been a science fiction. I never, wonder what this. I should start studying the science of that stuff, man. Like you only use 10% of your brain. It's like, oh really? What does that mean? So I'm 10 people? Yo. It must mean that there's 10 times as many days in the year as we think. So we go to bed as one person, then we wake up as another person, and then we don't wake up so this person is not going to wake up. It'll be like 10 days will go by. Like, hold on, so I live today, then 9 other people, so 9 days go by, and then I wake up for the next day. But so there's 10 times as many days in the year. Yo, these ideas are so much fun, So I'm like thinking with an open mind, I'm like, huh. But the behavior police, they'll be like, you have to know that's wrong. You have to know that's wrong. Like, what the fuck? What? How am I supposed to know? It would be a conspiracy, some kind of highly complex conspiracy. The whole idea is you wouldn't even know. So what? This is nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts. So there's 3,650 days in a year, and you go to sleep. Well, maybe you live 10 days, and then the next person lives 10 days. Huh? That would be weird. Because then 100 days would go by before I get to live a day again. Scientific expressing sci-fi in my mind, got an expression, y'all, got a confession to make about the inner steak of the steaks on the grill. Gotta eat the feet, the meat, yo, eat the animal, yo, what's up with the animals? I'm so tired. Like, oh, that's how I feel like this. I feel like this. That's how I feel. And I'm trying to like spark my mind. They say it's good for your nervous system too, to like trying to, like what I'm doing, trying to bring myself back up out of the that's how I feel. I feel like that's how I feel. Like inside it's like and I'm like trying to wake myself up. Yo, what else I gotta do? I got some chips left. Oh yeah, I got some chips left. I'm watching a show in about half an hour. It's another show. It's about some private investigator in Portland, Oregon. It's called Stumptown. It's interesting. I've seen it from the very first episode. It's like a book. It's like you're reading a book. Every once a week you get a new chapter of the book. You get the I gotta be careful, man. I fall over my TV or something. I gotta adjust this bad boy. Let's see, it's back a little bit. It's probably better. Hold on, this bad boy. Put on Method Man earlier. I put on this it was Method Man like mix. It was like a bunch of Method Man songs. And this one song came on. I was in the shower. I put my speaker up to the door. My bathroom. It's like a sound chamber. It's wild, yo. It's almost like a studio. Like you could record music in there. Like it's really good acoustics. It's like, and so I put the speaker outside the door, and it just gets so loud inside the bathroom. And I was taking my shower, and this song came on. I rapped the whole song. Like I haven't heard the song in 12 years or something. Like 12 years. And I sat there and I literally rapped word for word almost perfectly the entire song. Ain't that crazy? I ain't heard this song for at least 10 years. Maybe more. Yo, it was nuts. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn. Yo. They said Method Man, he don't cuss anymore. Like, he stopped cussing. He stopped saying cuss words. So if you listen to his old stuff, well, I don't know, some of the songs I was listening to, the cuss words were actually removed from it. They switched it up. And then I feel dumb because I say the cuss word when I'm singing along to it. I say the cuss word, and I'm like, damn, what the hell? I'm just singing along to this song. It's cold outside, I guess. I went out there and got my mail earlier. Yo, that's warm in my apartment. I got central air up in here. Central air, heat. Got no washer and dryer. I got it set on, I got it set on 66. It's been in the 70s in my apartment for like 3 hours, and the thing ain't even come on. It's a brand new place. It's like they built this place like 7 years ago or something, 8 years ago, something like that. Maybe within the last 10 years they built this place, and I've lived here since I think 2014, I think. Yeah. I've been living here since 2014. I'm pretty sure that's when I signed my first lease. I pay all my bills on time every month. Bang, bang, bang. Except for like medical bills, like for my different medical bills, they don't require you. They don't require you to pay them. Like you can talk to them. I make payments on like medical bills. I'll make payments on them. But if you can't afford that month, they'll say that's okay. They won't give you any penalties or anything. Well, they don't for me. I got like, let's see, I get supplies for my breathing thing, my CPAP, yo. When I sleep, I have this CPAP machine, yo. It's got this thing goes on my nose, and it rushes extra air into as I breathe when I'm sleeping. It's awesome, yo. It'll change your life, dude. Yo, if you feel drowsy all the time, and, yo, it's unbelievable, man. For 8 hours you're getting all that out because it's just air that it just forces extra air, but the air is the air from outside, so you're getting more oxygen, you're getting more, the more air you get, oxygen does a lot for you, I tell you. Yeah. I used to snore really, really loud. I don't even know because I don't record myself sleeping, so I don't know if I really don't know, but apparently it's supposed to stop. I did a sleep study. Had to go in the hospital, and they have these beds set up, and like they hook you up to a CPAP machine. No, hold on. At first, I forget how it works, but somehow, they said I stopped breathing like 100 times within like a 1 hour period or something like that. It was like within a 1 hour period, I stopped breathing like 100 times. They said. It's nuts, right? And I don't even know how, like somehow, they monitor you when you're sleeping somehow, and then they use a CPAP, something like that. It's done been like a long time. I got my CPAP in like, I don't even know, man. Like 10 years ago or something? Not 10 years ago. It's been a while. I'm a little tired. see, 4 years ago, about 5 years. I got my CPAP about five. At the time I moved in here, about 5 years ago. So what we do is we start a lobby where we lobby the government. Like they have all these lobbyists that represent different companies and stuff, and they go to Washington and they try to influence like the government to vote on their things that benefit them. So what we do is we get these people that go there and we lobby the government to do what's right, to follow the laws, to do their job correctly, right? So instead of just all these companies coming in and they're like, over the years they've been trying to crack down on it, but like Joe Biden, he's overseas, his son he puts his son as a puppet on this board and makes all these millions of dollars, and then they're gonna try to punish Trump because he's like, we need to look into this. This guy wants to be president. We have all these reports where we need to look into this and find out what happened. This guy's trying to be the president. They were the two largest issues: the corruption, because even the lady that was the what was her job? Was she? I don't know if she was the diplomat that served there. She was one of the diplomats or something that was served there. She said that the corruption is rampant throughout their whole country. Like Ukraine is just so corrupt, right? And so of course, why is that not the job of our government? And the president it's the president's job to look after any kind of corruption, really. That was one of the major things. Joe Biden trying to be the president, and here he's working with these corrupt people over in freaking what's that place called? Ukraine is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said that like 4 months ago. Now they're saying it on TV. They said it the other day. They were like, Donald Trump, he made a post, onto his social media, and he was like, as the president, it is my job, and always has been the president's job, to go after any kind of corruption that could be used against our Constitution, against us, and it's right, like it's ridiculous, man. He talked about the two main issues that they had right now. It was that money to help keep Russia back from being able to invade there, and all the corruption, and especially the corruption which was the most prevalent at the time, was this dude that's trying to be the president, that as vice president put his son on a board at a company that he had no experience at as a puppet, so that they could dump all this money, millions of dollars, into his bank account so he could share. And here, Dad, let me buy you a boat. Here, Dad, let me buy you a car. Here, Dad, let me pay off your mortgage. He's gonna be seeing that money. So it's crazy, ain't it? These people are nuts, man. He signed something today about anti-Semitism. Isn't that like against Jewish people, anti-Semitism? Is that solely hatred towards Jewish people? I don't know. It seemed a little funny. Everybody's afraid to say it, but hate is the definition of hate is to strongly dislike. So I can see if they're breaking laws, but and don't get me wrong, I'm just putting this to question, but I seem to see something to do with the Constitution being like. Let me start this over. If hate is to strongly dislike, where does the Constitution say that they can tell us what we can and can't like? basically. And basically, I just see that point, and I like to really think about it, and I talk to people about it, and I'm trying to see, where in our civil rights does it say that the government can tell us what we can and can't like? Basically, that's basically that, like at what point in our civil rights does it say that we don't have the right to like, no matter how much we want to like something? I mean, so that's the question. Does that violate our rights to sit there and say that we're going to be punished for not liking something? If it happens to be a person, there's ignorance connected to it, because these people they're hating all these people, like it's all ignorance to me, because it's one person at a time, really. In reality, it's one person at a time. But they're like saying anybody that associates with this little narrow part of their lives, it don't even make sense, man. It's nonsense. Like, are they really that dumb? Like, seriously, are these people really that dumb? Like, seriously, so on college campuses, people can't express that they don't like people for whatever reason, and I'm just trying to see where our civil rights says that we don't have the right to dislike people if we don't want to. Like, it's almost like they're saying that they're going to punish us because we don't like you. Like I take it one person at a time. Somebody comes around me, and there's things I don't like about that person, whatever, and if I want to say to my friend, I didn't like these things about this person, I shouldn't be punished for that. But they're talking about, at what point? So, if I was putting out flyers and said, I really dislike these people in this group, then I would get punished. But, isn't that freedom of expression or something? Isn't that a freedom there? I'm totally personally, on my own personal state, for some reason, I love people, for real. Me, really, I love people. I might not like the way you look. I might not like the way you dress. I might not like the way you sound. But you know what? I still love you, because you know what? Human beings are beautiful things, man. Behind all that facade that you add all around you, and that, if I look into that soul and accept that character for who it is, for who they are, it's love in my heart, man. So, but it's kind of hard to see it that way, though. Kind of like anti-Semitism. Basically, they were saying that they're starting a war against hatred. Now, what is hatred? What's the difference between hate and hatred? Because hate's a strong dislike. They're going to start a war against people strongly disliking other people. Now, on a one-to-one basis, we should still have the right. If we don't, how can you tell people that they can't dislike somebody? So it gets real technical. I think they need to make it clear. I really think they need to make it clear, I don't know. It's pretty nuts. But, all in all, it sounds like a good thing. Everybody says, oh, But, you know what? I don't live in Baltimore anymore, so there's a bunch of people running for mayor, a whole bunch of people. The one guy, he went to Mervo. The one guy went to Mervo. He was saying he's going to look at every single contract every single contract that the city does. He said he's going to look over them. He's going to search. He's going to make sure that there's no corruption. He's going to that's what he was saying. I think that's good, He might be young and not have a lot of experience, but he was on the city council for so many years now. But if he's going to stand up against the corruption, maybe he's the best option. When he said, I saw him say it on TV, and he was like, yes, and I'm going to check every single contract this city does and make sure that it's not corruption, that people